Hey there, Fremont family. My name is Tana Kinder. I'm one of the elders at our church, and I'm going to be giving the devotional today on Colossians chapter 3, verse 16. So why don't we all open our Bibles together to Colossians chapter 3, verse 16, and we'll read it together because this is the one that we're going to be meditating on this week. The verse starts with this. Let the Lord of Christ dwell in you richly as you teach and admonish one another with all wisdom, as you sing psalms, hymns, and spiritual songs with gratitude in your hearts to God. So as we're kind of working through learning different verses and memorizing them each week, this one really speaks directly to what we as a church have been doing. As has been pointed out, this is a letter to the people of Colossae, and they are experiencing some deviations from their faith. And made me think of a story, an experience that I'd had many years ago. My husband John and I had gone on a vacation to New Orleans, and one of the things that we did was take a cooking class on Cajun and Creole recipes, learning about the spices that are used and some of the traditional recipes. Well, one of the things that's very popular in that region are hot sauces. And I love spicy food. I love hot sauces, salsas, any of that stuff. I use sriracha almost daily. So I was pretty excited to try the different hot sauces. And at each table where we were working from, there were a whole variety of different hot sauces. And the instructor, she was telling us about there's a convention that you can go to learn about hot sauces and for people who are making them to promote their hot sauces. And there's this guy, I think his name is, he goes by like Insanity Dave's Hot Sauces or something like that. And the guy actually comes out in a straitjacket to promote his hot sauces, about how they're so hot they're insane. So I'm just, trying all these different sauces, and I come across this one and I realize that this is insanely hot. And I'm trying water, I'm trying milk, I'm trying salt and sugar, anything to try and counteract how hot this particular sauce was. Well, if I had been listening, I would have found out that some of these sauces are so hot that they will use a toothpick to season a pot of a soup or a stew or something that they're working on, and that they don't even use a teaspoon worth of it. So I was, it was good to find that out after the fact. And you may be thinking, okay, that's an interesting story, but what does it have to do with this devotional today? Well, in reading about this, people were introducing secular teachings or other religions into their own daily beliefs and the way that they were worshiping God, or including other gods or other teachings that had nothing to do with the following of Christ. And they were just using a little bit here and a little bit there. And it's amazing how much these little bits of practices that are not based on the teachings of Christ, how much they can impact our walk with God and our belief system, and how we interact with one another, and how we even see God, or how we think He sees us when we start introducing other things a little bit here and a little bit there. And so this verse specifically teaches us the importance of remembering the word. He says here, Paul says here, when you have Christ dwelling in you and you're going to teach and admonish one another, you need to use wisdom and remember to sing psalms, hymns, and spiritual songs with gratitude in your hearts. What he's talking about are the words that they know from the Old Testament, things that they all had learned, because the Bible hadn't been written yet. So besides having these letters. So he's telling them, don't forget where your training comes from. Remember the psalms that you have heard. Remember the hymns and the spiritual songs, and have gratitude in your heart, so that you can not be swayed, so you don't have little taintings here and there of false teachings that can influence you in a very dangerous way. A little bit here may not seem like such a big deal, but it adds up, and it's amazing how it can creep into all areas of your life. I leave you with two thoughts. One is, what is something maybe you allow to be in your life, or you've been thinking about allowing to be in your life, that you may not think is really going to be that big of an impact, but really can have an impact? And then the other thing is what can you be doing to help counteract and combat the desire or the thought about allowing other thoughts and other false teachings to creep into your life? One thing, obviously, is reading the Word, praying, and talking with other fellow believers. So I hope you think about this today and this week, because this is our devotional for the week, about how little things can really amplify and impact our lives. Take care and have a wonderful week.